Good morning, everybody, and welcome to Recovery Lab TV. I am Chris, I'm your coach, your therapist, and today is all about recovery, okay? So, literally, right from the start, right from the get go, um, it's going to be kind of yoga based movements, some sort of mobility based movements, stretching based movements. It's all aided to help both your body, your mind, to kind of really calm down, kind of really de-stress, relax, release the tension, increase its kind of movement ability, and kind of really bring you along and complement the other aspects of your training. Okay, so I'd like to wish you all a good morning. Hope you're all okay. Let me know how you're doing, how your week's been so far. It's officially hump day, everybody. You're kind of halfway there before the weekend. Um, so yeah, I hope you're having a good day so far. I hope you're not kind of caught up in a storm that is taking over kind of Cardiff and Wales at the minute in the UK. So stay safe with that. It's looking like it's kind of coming out the other end. So hopefully it doesn't cause too much problems. Okay, but yeah, that being said, I hope you're all okay. Today, what you're going to need is a typical Wednesday setup. Your yoga mats, if you have some, okay. You're going to need some sort of yoga block or blocks, depending on your ability, flexibility, and range of movement, and so on. Okay. You're also going to need some sort of yoga strap. Now, if you don't have these objects, it's not a problem. Okay, you can use some alternatives, so some other sort of kind of raised object, as long as it's sturdy and offers you a bit of support. Okay, isn't going to kind of break or fall through. If you don't have a strap, you can by all means use the bands that we've been using earlier in the week. Okay, so these little red bands that just offer you a little bit of support when you pull onto your feet. If you don't have bands either, okay, towels are really good. So a long beach towel that you can just hook over your feet and pull towards you. Also a belt or a dog lead, thinking outside the box, if you don't have any of those things either, okay. Yeah, if you want a drink, grab a drink, open up some windows, get some air in here, just to kind of help with the flow of things and just help you kind of maintain a nice relaxed mentality. Okay, if you want to put music on down your end, by all means play something nice and relaxing, some therapeutic, just to help kind of calm you down. If not, just listen to me. Okay, so morning, Jem, how are we doing? But yeah, other than that, chuck this to one side a second. Okay, we're gonna come back just like so. Okay, and similar to what we did yesterday when we were opening up and starting. Okay, I want you to try and sit down nice and flat, just like that. Okay, sinking your weight into your heels. Okay, as much as you can. You're going to stretch out the fronts of your foot. Okay, some of you are going to stretch out your quads by doing this because you may have a lot of tension, especially towards the knees. Okay, if it is a bit too much, okay, just like I said the other day, bring yourself up into an object, take your feet a little bit wider, and just kind of bounce into it. And by bouncing, I mean steadily sitting into it. Okay, not kind of actively driving down as much as you can or as hard as you can. You're literally just offering a little stretch and coming back. Okay, so if you and coming back. Okay, so if you can, okay, you're going to sit down nice and gently. You're going to relax. If you want to close your eyes, you can close your eyes. Okay, and I want you to kind of really draw your shoulders back, opening up your chest. Okay, and just gently take a big deep breath in through your nose. Gently breathe it out through your mouth. And again. Nice and gently. One more. So on this next one, I want you to open up your legs a little, okay? You're gonna feel the weight go into your ankles a little bit more. If you can hold it, hold it. If not, put your hands in front just like so, okay? But push your chest out so your back is nice and straight. Take again a big deep breath in. Two more. next one, take a big deep breath in. As you're breathing out, walk your hands down, okay? Keeping your hips nice and still. Arms in a nice big Y shape. Keep creeping those hands forward. Getting that stretch in your lats, in your back, in your shoulders. As you're breathing out. Keep focusing on that breathing. Big deep breaths in. And then breathing out nice and gently. So from there, gently coming up. Nice and tall into that box shape. Pushing your back away from the floor. And then gently curving your back. Sticking your bum out. Sticking your chest out. Softening your elbows. Squeezing that back as much as you can. From there, coming back out. Nice and fluid with it. Good, really separating the shoulder blades as you push that chest away from the floor. Coming down, nice and soft. Good. Again, pushing out. Good, 2 more. Nice and down. Good, coming back up. Good, okay, so opening up the hips ever so slightly. Okay, so knees a little further apart, okay? Feet a little closer together. Right, what you're gonna do, you're gonna sink back a little, okay? So the weight is on your feet a little bit, okay? One hand, you're gonna come under, draw your shoulder down, you should feel it in your groin here. As you come down, okay, then you're gonna come right the way around as much as you can. So it's kind of like a double whammy, if you will. Good, 2 more. Sinking those hips down. Last one. Good, swap the sides, okay? So right the way through. Big rotation round. Good. So, there we go, one more. Good, okay, so gently bringing yourself in a box position, okay? From there, you're gonna bring 1 foot forward. You're gonna draw the back knee back, okay? You're gonna slowly come down. One hand, if you can, bring down the other hand, just like so. Holding that position, taking a big deep breath in. Nice and relaxed, nice and steady. Breathing it out. Good. Gently coming back up. Okay. From there, similar to our warm-ups, okay, you're going to bend your arm. You're going to slide down, tap, and shoot back up. Nice and gentle, okay? So down, nice and gently, coming back up. How are we doing? Morning to all the people who are commenting. Hope you're having a brilliant morning so far. Thank you for getting involved. Sit nice and steady. Tap. Big shoots up. Good. Last one. Good. From there, back into that position, coming down nice and gently. Both elbows on the floor if you can. Keep your arms dead straight. Keep that foot dead straight. Try and separate your toes if you can. All right. Give them a good old wiggle. Big separation. It's going to allow you to engage that foot a little bit more. Good. From there, coming up nice and steady. You're going to lean back, keeping that back knee on the floor. Okay. You're coming up onto the heel. You're pointing your toes at the minute. Okay. And your hands are in line with your knee. Okay. So, depending on flexibility, you should be stretching out the back foot on this back leg. Okay. Possibly your hamstring if you're tight on this leg. What I want you to do now is roll the foot up as much as you can and tuck your toes up as much as you can. Should increase the hamstring stretch on that strap calf involved as well. Good. Putting those toes forward for a second, lifting them up. Okay, so I want you to gently alternate. Okay, so down for a second, pause in. Okay, coming up, keeping the weight on this back leg. Now, if you're really struggling, grab a seat and do it. Okay, as you're there, and come back up. If not, keep in that same position because it's going to be really good to stretch out that arch of your foot, increase the flexibility and the strength in that foot as well. It's really important. You've got to think that your feet are your foundation to your body, okay? So the more you can work on them, the more you can increase that proprioception on our Friday session, the more that foundation is going to help your body react and engage. It's going to help safeguard those knees as well. So if you struggle with knee problems, it's really important that you work on your feet. Good. Okay, so from there, sliding that leg back, giving your hamstrings a little rest. Bringing your opposite leg forward now. Wrists in line with the ankle. Draw your hips down so you kind of want to feel it in your groin here. Feel it on the hip flexor by there. It's really important that you kind of keep this foot flat. So think heel glued to the floor, big toe glued to the floor, and then separate those toes if you can to allow them to have a little bit of space to move. So big deep breaths. If you can, dropping down, nice and gentle. Keeping that foot facing forward. Big deep breaths, nice and relaxed. Try and breathe into it. Feel gravity pulling you down. Good, gently coming out. Just like before, bending that arm, the inside arm, gluing the elbow to the shin, fingertips to the bicep, sliding it down like it's on, gluing the fingertips to the bicep, sliding it down like it's on some sort of pulley system, keeping it dead straight. As you go down, tap the floor if you can, then come back up. Big deep breaths as you're coming down. Breathe it away. That's it, last two. Good job. If you can, again, coming back down, opening up those hips. Big deep breaths. Good. Big deep breaths. Nice and relaxed, nice and gentle. Coming up. Gently going into that same position. Now, whether your knee is back and your feet are down, okay, you're stretching out that front leg, okay, pointing your toes to begin with, holding on, trying to bring your arms in front so they're in line with that knee on the side, pointing those toes. So you get that stretch from me. I'm feeling it all on the inside of my thigh and my hamstring, just because I did a bit of running earlier. Good, big deep breaths, tucking those toes up. Pause in a second, and then drawing them back down, okay? So nice and gentle, pointing those toes, hold, then coming up and holding. That's it, nice and fluid. You need to sit down because that back leg is a bit sore, it's a bit too much, then by all means do so, but keep that front leg nice and straight and try and feel that stretch as best as you can, okay? Good, big deep breath. Keep it coming, two more. Last one. Good. Gently sliding it back in. Okay, so this back leg, you're going to try your best to bring it like so. Okay. From there, you're going to bring one leg, ideally the opposite leg that you just worked. Okay, so if I spin around for you, you're going to keep that foot nice and straight in regards to pointing the way you're facing. Okay. From there, you're going to hold in front. You're going to sink it down as deep as you can. So your bum is now on your heel on this back leg, and this leg is ideally as flat as you can. It's going to want to do that and come up off the floor, okay? Try to keep it as flat as you can so you can work. Your ankle is made up of two joints. You're going to work one of them as it lifts and shifts over this side, okay? Keeping that ankle super flexible, super mobile, okay? Naturally, if you struggle, okay, gluing it down, just go down to its point where it stays on the floor and then draw up, right? You're going to feel it in your hips. So I want you to come forward, come through, squeeze your bum so you're nice and straight. And then I want you to draw back, sinking down as deep as you can, just like so, okay? So it's forward, squeezing your bum, and down. So if you've got a real tight groin, or you seem to be having a lot of kind of groin injuries or niggles on a bike or run or whatever, this one's going to be a really good one for you. in the sense that it's going to loosen everything up. Now, if you need a little cushion for this back knee, just because the floor's a little bit too hard, by all means, chuck a little cushion underneath it. Give yourself the support that you need, okay? There's no point in being uncomfortable. That's it. Good squeeze. One more. There you go. Perfect. Okay. So from there, exact same thing. Okay. Planting one foot up. Okay. Foot as flat as you can. Now, just because you have the flexibility on one side doesn't necessarily mean you have the same flexibility on the other side. Okay. So be careful when you do it. Ease into it nice and slow. And a big draw up. Squeezing your bum at the top. Going down. Good. Should be feeling that right up into your pelvis, in your groin. As you come down, you're feeling it right on the side of your leg. And a lot of us are really tight there. We don't necessarily tend to stretch this way. That's a really good one. Help them loosen those hips. Stop those problems from happening. Good. One more. Good. Slide it back in. Okay. This time, using a piece of furniture. What you're going to do now, if you need a cushion for that knee, okay. In fact, I'm going to use my balance pants. Okay. So if you need a cushion, grab a little cushion for your knee. Okay. Doesn't matter what you use. Okay. It's more for than anything. All right. It doesn't actually make it easier or harder or whatever. It's just for comfort. Okay. You're going to bring that foot up onto your sofa. Now, if you can, you're going to try and bring it as straight as you can. So when you draw up, okay, you should have your knee, hip, and shoulder aligned. Now, if you already have tightness in your quads, okay, or your hip flexor, you're going to feel it already, okay, as some of you probably already are. You're trying to have a right angle here, okay, and you're going to walk that foot off into the distance, okay, because we're going to shift forward. Now, as you do it, you're slowly drawing your hip forward there, okay, and you're looking for a straight line between here all the way down into there, and you should maximize that stretch there. Now, for some of you, it's going to be a bit too much, so you may want to come back a bit, all right? Some of you are going to feel it on the opposite side of your back, just because of where it's tight and where it's pulling, okay? It's all completely normal. Just take your time, go into it nice and slowly. With your hands, either hold your hip, but ideally, what I want you to do is place your hands on the back of your hip and your lower back, okay, with your fingertips pointed down, and try and bring your elbows together. And what it does, it pushes your chest out and pushes your hips forward. And then just breathe, keeping your head up nice and tall. Focus on something in the distance. You should feel your hip flexor, your quad, and potentially your forearms and chest, depending on how tight they are. This is a really good one, okay? If you get a lot of lower back pain, some of your hip flexors come through the pelvis and attach to the lower back. So it's a really good one to implement, because it might not actually be the lower back that's the problem. The lower back tends to get bullied by the tight hip flexors through sitting down a lot. So from there, bringing yourself down into this position, just like before, okay? Feel it a little bit more. I kind of want you to really draw down Take this knee a little wider as you're there, so away from the elbow, away from the shoulder. Should maximize that stretch a little bit. Focus on the breathing. Focus on the hip position as you're breathing out. Good. Gently coming up, swapping legs. Same again, slowly coming up. Just because you're going to have a bit of tightness on one side, it might be a little bit more than the other. Your balance is going to be challenged. Take your time with it, okay? So, hips a little further forward, okay? Always aiming for that right angle though, okay? Straight shin. Okay, so if you have to move your foot forward to achieve it, then do so. And that. Certainly tighter this leg than my other. Don't know about you guys. So hands on the back, aiming for that crossover where your shorts or your trouser belt line is. You kind of want it on the base of your palm. So where your fingertips are about to go, just by the equivalent of the balls of your feet, if you will. Sit. Proud chest, elbows squeeze in together. Really draw those shoulders back. Draw those hips down into that position. Feeling gravity take over. That's what really kind of forces the muscle in. Just be careful with it. Don't force it too much. You get injured. So big deep breaths. Good. From there, gently coming down into that position. Shuffle your feet a little further forward to maintain that nice strong right angle. Okay, take your knee out wider. Don't know if you can see that in the video. So that's where it's up against my shoulder. Drawing it out wide. However, my foot is still flat. It's really important that you keep that. Okay, so heel and big toe down. Foot facing forward. Draw out of the hip. Okay. Hands in line with that ankle. And then draw my hip down to stretch that hind leg and the hip flexor in that leg and the quad. Breathe it out nice and steady. Good, nice and easy. Big deep breaths. Good, gently shake it out. Walking it back up. Bring yourself back down. Chucking these balance mats out of the way for the cushions. Grab yourself a little drink. Let me know how you're doing in the comment section. If you're feeling a little bit looser already, a little bit more relaxed, a little calmer, a little bit more woken, if you will. And then whilst you're there, what I want you to do is get some straps for me, okay? All right. This next section, you're going to be laying on your back as you're doing the moves, okay? So from there, spinning around onto your back, nice and flat as you can. Okay, your legs are going to go nice and straight. You want to point your toes. Okay, you're going to fan your arms around as far as you possibly can. And then from there, you're going to hold your thumbs together like so. And then point your toes. Stretch your arms out. You're trying to lengthen that body as much as you possibly can. So a big deep breath in. More often or not, it's going to make you yawn. As you stretch that body, take a big deep breath. And again. One more. And as you breathe out, bring it back down all the way around, just like so, okay? From there, lifting up one leg,
Your same side arm is going to come up, palms are going to come up towards the ceiling, knuckles on the floor. You're going to hold your leg on the outside of your thigh. You're going to draw over as much as you can, aiming towards the floor. However, I want you to focus on that shoulder, keeping that shoulder down as much as you can. So if the knee can't get to the floor, that's not a problem at all, right? Don't worry about it. Just focus on the shoulder. It's a big, deep breath. Sit nice and steady. Lift that knee up a little bit more if you can. Drawing it down a little bit more if you can. Keeping that shoulder down more than anything. Breathe it out. Good. From there, coming onto your back again. Realigning yourself from there. Same side arm is now going to come down. It's going to hold the ankle just by there. Okay, you're going to draw it down. Bring that knee as close to the floor as you can. As you open up your hips, this side is now stretched over as a counterweight. It's a big, deep breath. Good. From there, bringing it back down to your foot. Coming back up, holding it on the shin with both hands. Bring it right to the chest. What you're going to do, you're going to lift up the shoulders, bringing your chest to your quad, holding it there and squeezing it into your chest just to wake up those hips a little bit more. Good. Bring it back down. Okay, so from there, placing your strap, your towel, your belt, whatever you have, around your ankle, around your heel, depending on what you have, okay? You're then going to loop it around just like that, okay? Holding it on the middle of your foot or the ball of your foot. You're going to take your leg as straight as you can, okay? This is all subjective. So if you're more flexible than I am, some of you maybe increase the flexibility, increase the stretch, go, and then bring it up as much as you can until your limit is achieved, okay? Good, and pause in there. Big deep breaths, glue your lower back into the floor, glue your shoulders into the floor as you're holding this stretch, and then that opposite leg, try and keep upright. So the toes are facing the ceiling, the knee is facing the ceiling, and everything else is in line. Good, big deep breaths. Keep holding. If your leg is starting to tremor, that's completely fine and completely normal. It's just your neural system being challenged as you hold that stretch. Good, big deep breaths. A little bit more if you can. Good, gently shaking it out. Okay, so from there, taking it up, drawing over as much as you can. Holding on to straps, place it behind you, lifting up that leg as much as you possibly can to increase that stretch. Using the straps to pull up, if you will, whilst you keep those shoulders down. It's really important, okay? So if your shoulders are coming up off the floor, bring your leg a little further down to accommodate your shoulders and allow your shoulders to take priority. So good. Big deep breaths now, okay? So 3, 2, gently coming back over, taking it all the way over to the opposite side. Again, stretching that leg out as much as you can. That's perfectly normal to feel it in the other leg, depending on the tightness and the flexibility in that chain. Just glue those shoulders down if you can. Big deep breaths. So gently relaxing. Okay. Gently taking the straps off. Chuck it down to one side a minute. Bring your feet together. Point your toes. Again, fanning your arms around the side, all the way up to the top, holding at the top, interlinking your thumbs, stretching your body out. You've got a slight curve in your lower back. Take a big deep breath in. Keeping your body as tall as you possibly can. So one more. Good. From there, fanning your arms back around all the way to your hips. As soon as they get there, glue your lower back down into the floor, lifting up your opposite leg. Taking your hands on the outside of your thigh as you roll over, stretch the opposite hand out. And then rotating as best as you can, bringing that knee to as close to the floor as you can, whilst maintaining the shoulder position, okay? So big deep breaths. Keep holding. Good. Gently rolling back over onto your back, repositioning your lower back is really important. Glue your lower back on the floor as you bring the same side arm down, holding onto your ankle joint, drawing out and down towards the floor. Again, use your other arm as a counterweight. Stretch out as much as you can. And again, it's perfectly normal to feel it on the other side of your hip as you stretch this side out. It's a big deep breath. So from there, bringing it back down, tapping the floor, coming back up, giving yourself a nice hug, holding your shin nice and supportively. As you bring it into your chest, lift your shoulders up, just like so. Holding it, breathing it out. Nice and calm. Good. Gently stretching out. Placing your strap on the other leg now, okay? On the leg you're using, hold it around the ankle, looping it around the foot. That's it. Leg as tall as you can. As you're lifting it up towards you, ensure that the other foot is facing the ceiling. So toes are up, pointed towards the ceiling, the kneecap is pointed towards the ceiling. Your lower back is glued to the floor, your shoulders are glued to the floor, and then as you pull in, take it to that level where you can feel your hamstring start to tremor. So big deep breaths, big pull in. Keep being proactive with it. If you feel it ease at any moment, try and put it in a little bit tighter. So a little bit more. Good. Gently unhooking the foot, coming down, drawing the opposite shoulder you're trying to glue down. So big deep breaths. So a little taller if you can. Breathing it out. So one more big deep breath in. And as you breathe it out, slowly transition the body from one side to the other. So big deep breath. So big deep breath, screwing those shoulders down. Taking that leg as tall as you can. Good. Gently bring it back down. Releasing the foot from the straps or the towel. Chucking that to one side. Again, feet together. Arms for the sides, fanning it all the way up. Big stretch, curving the back ever so slightly. Stretching that body, lengthening it as much as you can. Taking a big deep breath in. And breathing out. So 2 more. Keep stretching. Last time. Breathing out as you find your arms wrapped round to the hips. Great job from there. Gently coming over. Going into a press-up position with a wider stance. Bringing your heels down to the floor as you draw your hips up and chest down into that downward dog position. Brilliant effort. Big deep breaths. Good. Gently dropping your knees down, sinking your hips back, flattening the feet, just like we did when we started. A big deep breaths in. Bringing your right hand up, sliding it over, drawing the shoulder down if you can. Good, nice and gentle. Swapping sides. A big deep breath. Good. gently back in the middle. Stretching out, pushing down into the hips. Take a big deep breath in. Breathing it out. As you do, come up nice and tall. Bring your feet and knees together. Sitting up nice and tall, rolling the shoulders back. And relax. Good job, well done. Have an amazing day, guys. Absolutely brilliant job. Hope you're all feeling a lot better for it. We feel a little bit more relaxed because of it, a little bit looser, a little bit more flexible. Okay, let me know how you're doing in the comment section. Well done. Have an amazing day. I shall see you tomorrow for our upper body prehab series. Hope you're enjoying those type of sessions. Well done today. Honestly, really good. Hope your flexibility is improving as the weeks progress. Let me know if it is. It's always nice to know that kind of what we're doing here is really helping you. And if you're kind of struggling with certain things, let me know and I can help you out as best as I can. All right, there's no kind of judgment ever from this side. But if I don't know, I can't help. Okay, so have an amazing day. It's been an absolute pleasure. I look forward to seeing you again tomorrow for our upper body prehab stuff, and then the Friday, of course, our lower body prehab. Yeah, thank you. Thanks for joining me this morning. Have an amazing day, and enjoy your fresh, new, released, and more flexible body. Don't forget to like the video if you enjoyed today's session. Share it with your friends and your family, and if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button. Okay, have an amazing day, and I shall see you soon. Take care. Bye.